Hello and welcome back to another episode from the Studio Block server. My name is Weird and Bearded. Today, as you can see, we are back at the hub, the main entrance area, because it's about time we got this thing finished. Yes, I want to get this all finished in this episode. That means we've got to add the outside walls and a little something special in the middle. That's right, there's still stuff to add to the middle of this. But we're going to start off with the walls. This is going to be a very time-lapse heavy episode. There's a lot of blocks to place. You can probably see all those shulker boxes in the distance. There's a long line at the back. Those are all the resources that we're going to be using today. Let's head on over and take a look. Now, these are the resources spread across both builds. I've already collected everything I need, so I can just get on with stuff. So across the two builds, we've got white wall, vertical oak slabs, vertical dark oak slabs, stone bricks, spruce planks, oak stairs, oak slab, oak planks, oak buttons, which probably won't be seen. Moss blocks, ladders, dark oak stairs, dark oak slabs, dark oak planks, and then a lot of black wool. Look at how much black wool there is. I was AFKing for a couple of days. So let's talk about the walls. The walls I was having difficulty coming up with the design for, but then Devara, one of our members, had an idea of why don't we surround it with posters for our movies. So I've got a bit ambitious, but the server is never going to be reset, so in theory, the number of movies we make should just keep climbing. So we've got a wall. I can't remember how many posters there are. I designed this a while ago. I should have really had a look before I started recording, but it's going to be a pretty simple build. I mean, as you can see, we've not got many blocks, and that's split across two different builds. So we're going to put up a lot of empty posters, including on the diagonals. That was fun to figure out. They're all done to poster dimensions, because why not? And then, of course, we're going to have archways, so we can have paths leading off to the different areas at a later date. But for now, I have some walls to build. This is going to take me a little while. It's a big perimeter, and they are tooled walls. I'm starting to regret this. And this is the final result. Now, I should say I'm recording this before I have finished editing the time-lapse. I have no idea if I'm going to complete the edit for the time-lapse. I highly doubt it. I've already put more hours into editing the time-lapse than any single episode I have produced. And I've done some big editing things. There was very much an experiment, and it's something I may well do again, because now I've done that experiment, I know what I can do better to make things easier and make things faster, make everything flow better. But I have edited a bit of it, and I really like how it looks. However, I've been working on that for over a month while putting out other content, so it's been a bit of a slog. And it's about time we get this episode out. So, whatever state it ends up in, that's the state it ends up in. There is still more to do, so I need to get on with some recording. We have our walls. We have a lot of picture frames on them, which are the dimensions, scaled up of course, of movie posters. So when we start putting out big content, we can then put movie posters around our entrance, which was a fantastic idea suggested by our very own Devara. But that is not all we are doing today. There is another section of the build I want to get done. You may have noticed at the beginning of each of my episodes, in the bottom right corner, there is this logo. Obviously, currently not in the bottom right corner, it's a bit bigger now. That is me sitting in a director's chair. Now, of course, the logo for our server isn't me sitting in a director's chair. But everybody on the server gets a logo of them sitting in a director's chair. So I thought it would be quite cool to build a massive director's chair over the middle of this, which I think people might end up spawning on. So fortunately I have planned a safe way off just in case, you people go up there, or people die and lose all their stuff and end up there. There is a safe way down. But I thought that could be a fun thing to do. I actually had this designed since before we started the server. The floor I designed since the server started, the walls obviously since the server started, but this chair has been planned for a long time. I have all the resources I need. Let's finally build this thing. And then I think all of the things that were designed before the server started will have been built. Let's do this. Okay. Oh, I died. What a shame. Where am I going to respawn? We do indeed respawn back on top of the chair. That was a great experiment. And of course we have our safe way down. I mean, realistically, they can go down any of the chair legs and it's going to be a safe journey, although getting onto the ones on that end will be a little awkward. But here we've got ladders that they can also climb back up. But yes, the director's chair is now in place. It does, of course. It's safe enough. Yeah, it does cover this area, but we have that all lit up. Which brings us kind of on to the next thing to talk about, because this is all we're going to be doing today. I say all. I keep thinking that all I've done is the chair, but of course I built that up over a month ago, and that's in this episode as well. Let me grab my stuff. I did not do that in a particularly sensible way. There we go. So we've got the walls built up, we've got the chair built up, we've got a little bit more to do before we're finished over here, but also I want to show the back of the chair, which, I mean, you'll have seen this in the time-lapse, if I did the time-lapse right. Well, there we have our Studio Blocks logo complete. I'm super happy with this. I think this is working out great. And of course we have it lit up under the chair so people can still see where they're going. The problem is when it turns to nighttime. Which it isn't. I'm going to wait until it's nighttime. It's nighttime. I've also turned down my brightness to moody just to really emphasize the point. So we've got this area lit up. It could have it more lit up, maybe get some lighting in here, or replace the slabs with carpet. But then outside, none of this is lit up at all. So I'm going to need to add some lighting. We're not going to be doing that today. We'll do that in the future. I don't know, probably sometime in the next month or two. There's been discussions about it. People have suggested dig up the film that we have over here, put down all the lights, and then replace the film with carpets instead. I think that will be too much. So what I'm thinking is take out the white bits along the film strip, put lights down, and then replace that with carpet. And then we could also do that along here with grey carpet around the edges of all the paving slabs. I think that could look quite nice. If you have any suggestions, you know, let me know down in the comments. And that's going to be this bit done, but there is still a little bit more to do, and that's where we start talking about the future of my content. And this is literally stuff that I've been thinking about while building the chair. Ah, hello again. We can see now. So we have our 4 archways. They've got to lead somewhere. We can't just have them lead out the Mushroom Island. So if we head off in... Oh, which way am I facing? Yeah, if we head off that way, about 750 blocks, 800 blocks, we'll get to the sunroom, sort of the entrance to the factory district. If we head off that way about 2,000 blocks, we're going to get to the area that's been picked out for building all the mini games. We don't really have any entrance areas for the studios yet, but what would be cool, I think, would be to build long bridges to them both. Not straight bridges, long winding bridges to both of those things. And I don't have any designs for them yet. And as you will have noticed with my content, especially with the amount of stuff we've done today, normally I've got the designs done way in advance, and then I just put a build up and that's done. Let's not do that. I said before, I want to do more design work in the episode, so let's do some design work in the episodes. It means that the projects will take a bit longer. I'm okay with that. But it also means you guys can get more input as to how things look, because we'll do some design work and then down in the comments you can say, that looks great, or that looks rubbish, you should change this. Or, you know, just, that looks average. whatever you want to say. So we can design this stuff kind of together. You can see how I weirdly design things. We can get everything built up, but it also means that I'm going to have more time to work on the big projects, which we want to do. So I think that all sounds good. I hope it all sounds good to you. And I just thought what we could also do, we've got that big green space there. We can get some signs designed to say what each side leads to. That would be very useful. But for now, that's everything, because I've got a lot of editing to get on with. So, if you like the episode, please leave a like. Put down in the comments, what do you think of my lighting idea? What do you think of the bridge ideas? The way I'll be doing my content of doing less progress but more design work with you guys. And subscribe if you haven't already. My name is Weird and Bearded, and I will see you all next time.